Taking a break from Reddit with this one. Hackers. We've seen plenty of horrible representation in media with these folks over the years, like this scene from NCIS.
Away. I'm getting hacked.
A porch game?
I'm trying. It's moving too fast.
Ah, where'd it go, Abby?
I didn't do anything. I thought you did.
But what do? Besides hack into the mainframe and disable their algorithms. Because even though I saw plenty of hackers on TV shows when I was a kid, I had never really heard of anything to do with them in real life. They seemed to be evasive, almost mythic, like a Family Guy funny moments compilations that can actually make someone laugh, or a non-pretentious Redditor. This lack of hackers in my life came to a halt recently, however, when I came across this headline. US no-fly list leaked on Hacker Forum less than a week ago. And when I saw that this was the blog it was leaked on, all of a sudden hackers exist in real life, and I'm going to take you through the story of this blog and how it leaked the TSA no-fly list. First, let me read you the first sentence of the blog. Hello, I am Maya Arson Crime You, it she, and I am gay, mostly for girls, and I'm a tiny kitten. This is the individual that compromised all this incredibly secret information from the TSA, a government agency. I would punch a hole straight through my monitor after reading that sentence if I were a TSA agent who had to deal with this nightmare. I also know very little about any of this hacking shit, so don't worry, I'm gonna try and break this whole thing down very simply. The story begins with Maya, simply bored. Maya had been a software developer for a while now after she had been working in information technology and was the founding developer of Lawn Chair Launcher, a popular Android application launcher. Due to her boredom, she was browsing a website called ZoomEye, a website used for cyberspace mapping. This website allowed her to search for unsecured servers. After browsing for a while, she began to see familiar terms and ACARS, which stands for Aircraft Communications Addressing and Reporting System, in other words related to aviation, which she apparently recognized from this guy. She had stumbled upon an exposed server belonging to Commute Air, an American regional airline with thousands of flights every week. So she poked around for a while before finding a server filled with incoming and outgoing ACARS messages, including messages that checked whether or not any crew members of Commute Air were on the TSA no-fly list. All within a half an hour. However, she couldn't find the no-fly list itself. Apparently it could get deleted immediately after processing because of, quote, nosy kittens like me. She had looked all around the server and had still not found the no-fly list, but she was determined to do so. It's a solid story to hand off to journalists if an American airline has a data breach, but if the data breach also exposes the TSA, well, that's a hell of a lot more interesting. She decides finally to take a gander at the test data in the repository of the file, and holy hell, it's done. Employeeinformation.csv, nofly.csv, and selectee.csv. The nofly.csv has over 1.56 million rows of data and is almost 80 megabytes in size. That's 2,570 copies of the first Super Mario Bros. This was huge. Maya celebrated with this image saying, holy shit, we actually have the no-fly list. Holy fucking bingo. What? 3, with Sprigatito looking real proud. She had an insane amount of information on more than the no-fly list too. Full names, addresses, phone numbers, passport information, pilot's license numbers, and much, much, much more. The no-fly list was huge. It showed very clear trends of discrimination against those with Arabic and Russian sounding names. More than 10% of the entries on this list contained the name Muhammad in either the first or last name field. Even though they don't make up 10% of the world, only around 2%, and they definitely don't make up 10% of the United States. In fact, the Middle East consistently accounts for less than 7% of all global attacks aimed at American targets, so hopefully this no-fly list will expose the bias held by the TSA, or who knows, maybe there's a chance they actually have some explanation for this. Whatever it is, hopefully the leak will lead to more transparency on this topic. There's some crazy shit on this list, like Mohammed Atta is still on that list. Mohammed Atta was one of the hijackers in 9/11 who is now dead. Maya's a Swiss hacker, so she can't actually be extradited or handed over to the US for the TSA leak. Switzerland refuses to extradite citizens without the consent of said citizen. She is right outside their reach, though her name, image, and location are right on the internet. She's just out of range. She's had other run-ins with the law, however, caused by other hacks like the Verkada hack. In March of 2021, a group that contained Maya, calling themselves APD 69420 Arson Cats. I've definitely heard better name. They gained super admin rights to the cloud-based security company for 36 hours, having access to footage and recordings from more than 150,000 security cameras in hospitals, jails, residential homes, Tesla factories, and so on. She was indicted in March of 2021 by a grand jury in the United States District Court for the Western District of Washington for hacks she had, quote-unquote, allegedly committed between 2019 and 2021. She was represented by this guy who apparently has found the Fountain of Youth. I mean, goddamn, these pictures are more than 20 years apart. Not too bad. She had massive support over the internet under the hashtag FreeTilly after her home as well as her parents' homes were raided. She had allegedly published information from hundreds of entities, including government agencies, sold hacking-related merchandise, committed identity theft, wire fraud, and computer frauds and abuse. The website through which she shared hack data was seized by the FBI, but her support stayed strong. Maya regularly pursues leftist, anti-authoritarian, anarchist, anti-capitalist ideals, which many said that the government reacts to with extreme aggression. But many stayed strong against her, saying that wrapping oneself in an allegedly altruistic motive does not remove the criminal stench from such intrusion, theft, and fraud. Media in the United States largely praised Maya for revealing all that she had, while Swiss media sources focused on Maya herself and her gender identity and appearance, obviously the least important part of this entire situation. If she does end up facing any sort of punishment for all this, it's unlikely to be severe. Probably a maximum of 4.5 years in prison according to some, but she's certain she'll never be able to travel to certain countries again for the possibility of being extradited. So what did we learn? Apparently, just because someone runs the pinkest website of all time, claims to be a tiny kitten, and publishes way too many recordings of themselves meowing and saying ooh, doesn't mean that they aren't capable of doing a shit ton of crime. Whether it's justified or not, who am I to say? I'd love to hear what you all think in the comments about it. I'm still slightly under the weather from my treacherous bout with COVID, so sorry if I sounded a little bit off. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're all doing well. If you did enjoy, please do subscribe. I post pretty often, and I like to think I avoid posting shitty videos. Leave a like, leave a comment if you want to say something or talk to me. Join the Discord if you want. You know the drill. You've been on this website before. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.